So part of the problem with these people who believe in Nibiru or brown dwarfs entering the solar system, or that they already exist in the solar system and are orbiting around, they don't understand how disruptive those gravitational forces are on our solar system. Our solar system has evolved for billions of years and has entered a stable state, so it's quite sensitive to any gravitational perturbations that might exist. And to prove that, this brown dwarf, which is much smaller than the Sun, is going to start interacting, and already has, it looks like, with Jupiter. You can see the trajectory of Jupiter appears to have been altered already by this brown dwarf. And it looks like they're going to get quite close together. I doubt if they'll collide, but they're getting close. Yeah, see how it's bending Jupiter? It's radically changed the orbit of Jupiter because the brown dwarf is much more massive than Jupiter. Look at that. It's caused Jupiter to go almost vertical. And now it's entering the inner solar system. Let's slow it down just a little more. It looks like it's already perturbing the orbit of the Earth. We're 16, almost 17 years into the simulation now. Venus is going to get hit hard, it looks like. Maybe not as hard as we thought. The Earth is definitely getting pulled out. Oh, it has affected Venus. And Mercury is changing its orbit quite radically as well. And Mars? Oh, poor Mars. Yeah, it's getting pulled out really badly. Look at the orbit of Earth now. It's getting pulled out away from the habitable zone. Let's keep an eye on it and just look at the temperature of the climate here. It was plus 15 degrees Celsius and now it's dropping 10 degrees. It's entering the outer edge of the habitable zone. Temperatures will drop rapidly now. And Jupiter has gone vertical. Mars has gone south. And the brown dwarf is on its way back out. Look at the Earth. Surface temperatures approaching 0. You can see it starting to ice up here. Again, the simulation of the climate is undoubtedly not accurate, but it gives a rough idea. And I imagine they base it even on the albedo, which is the brightness of the Earth. As the Earth freezes over and becomes more snowy and iced up, it becomes more white, so it reflects more heat and light. It doesn't absorb the sun's light, and as a result it gets colder, and it takes more heat to keep ice from freezing. And in this case, once you enter the outer area here, it's very difficult to obtain enough heat from the sun to keep it from freezing right up. We're at minus 10 for the average surface temperature of the Earth, so basically all the trees and plants and things that produce photosynthesis would be dead. Alright, let's speed up the simulation now a little bit. And see what happens. So the temperature of the Earth is minus 50. It's now 21 years into the simulation. Mars is way out. Jupiter is way out. Look at Saturn, even it's getting pulled off course. The only one that doesn't appear to have been terribly influenced is Neptune. But now it will probably start to get affected more by Jupiter because they are in closer proximity. Mars, I think, has been ejected from the solar system. It's basically gone. Saturn has also changed its orbit, and so has Uranus now. I think we'll also discover that Pluto here has also had its orbit changed. But we'll see. And the Earth has now established a semi-stable orbit. You'll notice here the temperature is minus 96 degrees Celsius, and even though the Earth comes in very close to the Sun, inside the red part of the habitable zone, where it gets really quite hot, it still doesn't warm up much. Not enough to offset the white frozen ball that we have now. Not enough to get the temperatures back to 0 Celsius where water freezes. And now it cools down again. So there's the solar system. It used to be a nice orderly group of circular orbits, and everything was destroyed by one pass of the Brown Dwarf. So how can we tell that these people who are proclaiming that Nibiru has been seen? Well, I'll tell you something. If you can see Nibiru, it's too bloody close and should be producing tremendous damage to the orbits of all the planets, to the point that everything would be haywire. The stars wouldn't be in the right location. Everything would be crazy. And that hasn't happened. And we know that hasn't happened because we can still shoot spacecraft into space and guide them to objects without any problem. That's just one reason among many, many reasons. So, we don't have to worry. These doomsdayers who like to scare people, you know, Bible-thumping people who... I don't really have a problem with the Bible-thumping part. It's the part where you scare people into believing something that isn't true that I have a problem with. And there's a bunch of people on the internet like that. If you're watching this video, you probably know many. So, take some time, comment on their post, tell them they're full of garbage, unsubscribe from their channels. They don't deserve the readers that they have for spewing such disinformation and fake news. And live your life. Be happy. Find joy. Do things you like. be good to other people. Be kind. And enjoy what you have.